did the 100 or the 400. I did the 100 relay once in a while. I did shot put. I was really good at javelin, and I think that's it.
The events I did were the 4x4, which is just a relay with 3 other participants. The 800 meter, which was it was fun. It was hard, but it was fun. And I did a lot of the throwing. I did some shot put, some long jump, but that's mostly the events I participated
in. For track, for unified track, I ran in the relays. I would do the 4x1 typically. I know I ran it with Sarah Hill a lot. We had a couple good races with our teammates. I threw a shot put, and then towards the end, my senior year, I did the long jump. I was never able to do the 800. I did the 800 when I ran spring track a couple years ago, and I told myself I would go back. I ran the 400, I believe, every now and again. I didn't run it at all my senior year. I just participated in the relays there. And then senior year, I focused more on field events. I did the shot put, which I enjoyed, and I would do the long jump, which was great. And as a team got increased in its size, we were able to actually have our original 7 partners kind of branch out. And as we got a little more athletes on board, they also got to branch out and do what they wanted to do, which was great.
I was good at it, but I really liked seeing the relay races. Those were really fun, or like the 400 or the 800 meter races. Those were cool because it's like you really have to push yourself like as a team, or like the whole team's cheering on those because it's such a long race and it's such a hard race. So it's nice to see the support.
Most probably was the 400, the one I was. But I also liked the long jump, you know. I liked a little bit of everything. I hated the 800 though. The 800's so hard. But I would say for running, I enjoyed the 400, and throwing and jumping was probably the long jump was my favorite for sure.
My favorite event would probably have been, I really enjoyed the shot put, and I had a good time. I think I did it pretty well. But more importantly, I guess this really wouldn't count as an event, but my senior year, I got to take more of a coaching role with the unified track and unified basketball. I got to be involved more that way, and I think that was something that really was pretty great for me, and that was definitely my favorite, I guess, event, so to speak, because I've always wanted to coach teams. And I've always wanted to be a part of that because I think coaches can really do a lot, just like athletes and just like partners can. But that's always been kind of like a goal of mine, to become a coach in some form or another. And basketball is my favorite sport. So kind of coaching and planning out practices and, you know, coaching at games senior year was kind of like a little dream come true in a way. Like I said, I love basketball. I played basketball my whole life. I follow it to this day. And I've always had this idea that I want to coach, so combining those two was something really great, and that was definitely my favorite because you have to approach it from a different way when you're coaching. You have to come to practices with an idea of how they're going to operate, and obviously I had help from the other partners and from those who helped run the unified sports program. But I mean, because I love basketball so much and I played it all my life, so I knew a lot about basketball. I mean, I got to help structure practices, do some fundamental stuff, and then at games, like create some game plans and stuff and help work with our substitutions and our plan. So that was definitely great because it's something I've always wanted to do. And getting the opportunity to do it with all my friends, both partners and athletes alike on the team, was just something awesome, and I really miss that.
My best part, I don't know, I know athletic-wise, it was definitely javelin, but overall, bigger picture, it was definitely the environment that it was in. It's a really positive environment for everyone, and it really helps a lot of people out. It's fun seeing both the athletes and partners change over time.
So the best part about all of this that was going on was usually when I did other sports, people were cheering for one team or cheering for the other team, and that's not, at least for me, it's not a right competition that should be held. The best part about it was that even in all avenues of track, you are cheering for an individual to be the best they can possibly be, regardless of the event they're doing, regardless of the school they're from. We're all here to make ourselves better in whatever we're trying to do, and I think that's a beautiful thing, and I think that's how things should be, as opposed to someone just cheering for one side, cheering for another side, and getting bitter when they lose. That's not how it should be. And I think this avenue is the best way to get everyone truly unified and truly happy in what they're doing.
Best part about unified sports for me was definitely its impact that it had on me. Um, I remember I originally got involved with this. AJ Hill and I were talking about joining. We decided we didn't really want to do something track. We want to do we want to do something more than just track. We'd done track in the past. AJ was a little more committed to track than I was, but we wanted to try something new. And I remember looking at him one day when we were on Family ID, and I was like, AJ, I have no clue what this is. And he goes, neither do I, but let's try it out. So we both tried it out, and I mean, we fell in love with it pretty quick, and it was great. But the best part was I kind of got involved to, I don't know, make a difference, change and do something good for someone else. But I didn't realize how good it was for me. I learned so much about myself, about other people, the team, and it was great. I mean, it was one of the big things when we started our whole Live United campaign and the I'm Special on Me video was what we learned through just kind of getting involved in Unified Track was something that we wanted to share with the world and everybody else and saying people aren't, we're all special in our own way. We all have something to offer this world. We all have to just find it and appreciate it. Everyone's got that something to offer. Sometimes it can be hard to find. Sometimes it's very easy to find. It's right in front of your face. But regardless, every person in this world has something that they bring to this world. So the best part for me was coming to that conclusion. Because I originally got involved, as typically most people do when it's an idea of like volunteerism in a way, was, oh, well, let me go make a change. Let me go help someone else. But I didn't realize how much I myself would be helped and be changed. And it was nothing like that. It was a team. We worked together. We ran the 4x1 side by side with our athletes to win races. We competed to place at these state meets to do something good together. And that team aspect kind of made me realize that it doesn't matter what society tells us we are or what we label ourselves as. What's great is that we can all come together and do good things. We came together and we placed third the first time last year at that meet in Sharon. And then this year we worked very hard, or excuse me, 2 years ago we placed third. And then last year, the first MIAA state unified meet was held at Fitchburg State. We did our best, and it was great to be a part of that. And I realized that we could accomplish these goals together, looking at each other as equals, as partners, as team members, not looking at it as people we have to help or that I need to be helped. We got to grow and change together. We all learned a lot, which was great. So my favorite part was that aspect of a team that helped me realize all this other stuff. And I know a lot of the other partners felt this way originally, and that's why we all wanted to come together and do something more, which is why we launched that I'm Special on Me video, because we wanted the other people to see what we saw, that it doesn't really matter what people say you have or what we have or what I have. What matters is what we can do. And we definitely did that running Unified Track and then adding Unified Basketball. Why should you join Unified Sports? So like I said, I kind of stumbled upon it with AJ Hill originally when we were talking about doing something different than track, but still track. But I'm really grateful for Emily, Mr. Costa, and Nicole for really getting it off the ground originally my junior year, and Miss Pacheco helping with all that. Because, I had the luxury of just kind of saying, hey, why not? I'll do it, And then we had to fight to be in the budget at the end of our junior year, which was definitely added in there. Became an MIA recognized sport. So I kind of got to see it grow as I went. And senior year, I got to take more of a coaching role, which was a dream come true, which is great. But why should you get involved? If you want to have a lot of fun, because I have some of my greatest memories from high school through Unified Track. Emotional, sad, happy, just times I just couldn't stop laughing. And I missed one of the practices and just belly laughing during stretching or fooling around and racing as our final workout or doing some relays because everyone would get so into it and scream and yell. I missed that stuff. So if you want to have great memories from high school and you want to add to those memories, definitely join Unified Sports. Obvious, and also, if you think that you want to make a change or you want to do something good in the world, join Unified Sports, because then you'll realize that it's not just you doing something, it's the athletes that are teaching you stuff and you both learning different things and growing together, And that was my favorite part. Like I said, realizing that we all offer something different, and then what we offer can actually help improve all of us. Was great. And like I said, it opened my eyes to a lot of different things. Like I said, we need to spread the word more that people with special needs and disabilities can do just as much as anybody without special needs and disabilities. Because we're all, like we always say, we're all special in our own way. And we all are who we are. We can't change that. So if you're thinking about joining Unified Sports, I'd say do it. Because trust me, you'll go to one practice, you'll go to one meet, and you'll fall in love. You can't not. It's just a good time. Commitment's there. You need to have some sort of commitment and some drive to join. But on top of that, um, we're just here to have fun. We're here to do good things. We obviously want to do well in the track meets and do well in basketball, but it's more than that. It's getting to know people that you typically wouldn't get to know. It's meeting different faces, athletes and partners alike, and actually kind of growing the idea of what the school community is. You know, in a way, it kind of felt like there was a divide between the school community with the kids in the special ed classroom and the kids that are not in the special ed classroom. So it felt like Unified Sports broke down that wall and allowed more people to integrate and intermingle, which is the idea of what being a Raider is and being part of Somerset Berkeley is bringing everybody in our school together. So if you're thinking about joining Unified Sports, I'd say do it. And I'd say do it. And if you're not, I'd say you should probably start thinking about it.